Good morning. It's in the morning. I'm doing this. I'm probably going to get up early tomorrow. I want you to look at this broadcast. It's about the LEKKI, what the government claimed didn't happen. Yeah, they claim it didn't happen. Here's the report by the panel. I'm going to read it. Then I will play a video. I want to first, before I even go, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Citizen A, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let me first put this out there. I salute DJ Switch, but for her getting out to the world and making this known in many arenas, using her voice, I want to salute DJ Switch. I salute her. Yes, because now she's been vindicated. Sanwo-Olu said there was only one person that was killed. We're going to look at the report and see what the report said. But before we even go ahead and look at the report, I want you to listen to something that was said by Ashiwaju. I'm not going to abuse. I just want to play it before the report. This is what he said. Listen to him now. In fact, I'll make it. I wanted to. This is what he said before the report came out. Watch.
Suffer casualty during the gunshot needs to answer some questions too. How are they there? How long were they there? What kind of characters are they? Even though we want to help.
What kind of questions are that? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Tinubu saying that? How do you feel? Now, you've heard what he said before the report. Now, let's go and read the report. Again, salute to DJ Switch. Now, lethal violence committed by Nigeria's military on the night of 20th of October 2020 could be considered a massacre, a government-appointed panel concluded Monday, contradicting previous official accounts of the incident. The judicial panel of inquiry and restitution at the Lagos Court of Arbitration had been charged with investigating last year's notorious LEKKI toll gate shooting in Lagos, when Nigerian security forces opened fire on young people protesting peacefully against alleged police brutality. It's in its bombshell report, which took more than a year to produce, accuses Nigerian army of having shot and injured and killed unarmed, helpless, and defenseless protesters without provocation or justification, while they were waving the Nigerian flag and singing the national anthem, and the manner of the assault and killing could in context be described as a massacre. This is under the watch of President, so your mannequin President Buhari. We don't know which one is which. To be honest, frankly with you, at this point, when it comes to the presidency, you all remember what happened under Yaradua. Don't be surprised that anything can happen with this governance. They can do all sorts. We all know that it's not one man in the middle. It's either, for all we know, he may actually be dead and we've got somebody else there. For all we know, to be honest with you, the way anything can happen in that contraption, anything, you name it, it can happen, because there is no law, because there is no respect, there is no real democracy, because it is a fraud. You see him talking. Look, you can't rule anything out. You can't rule anything out. And that's where they operate. They operate in a place where you don't know which way is up or which way is down. They know. They can tell you when you step outside, oh, it's daytime, and when you look, it's night. But they are telling you it's daytime. May the souls of these young kids rest in peace, the ones they killed. I will show you videos, but if I showed you those videos, they will bring it down. I won't show you to see the blood and everything. And you had it now. They called it a massacre. The panel also found the conduct of the Nigerian army was exacerbated by its refusal to allow ambulances. They refused to allow ambulances to render medical assistance to victims who required such assistance. The army also was also found to have adhered to its own, not to have adhered to its own rule of engagement. What rule of engagement are you getting engaged in? With citizens. The army is only meant to be protecting the border. The only people that should be working with civilians are the police, and even they have to have certain rules. They should not be firing at citizens. This is, and notice what those military men should be involved. Buhari has a lot of questions. So-called, we don't know which one is which. All of the people who are behind him, Garba Shehu, all of them, Sanwo-Olu, they all have answers to the questions to answer. Let me just put the picture of DJ Switch here as we're saying all of this. I'm going to put her picture here. I'm just now. Because she was there, she was filming everything. Now, despite now it says here, the panel underscores. Let me see now. Yeah, the panel underscores. Let me just. Sorry, this is distracting me. And then go back here. I was trying to ignore it. The panel underscores and repeatedly references previous reporting by CNN, which used the timestamps of the video data and the geolocation last year to analyze hours of video filmed by protesters. There is one person that we need to find, though. Let us find that person. When you see that person, let us know. We're going to find him out. Let us find him for you. There's one person that we need to find in all of this. The man that likes to one second, please. I'm just trying to get this out. Sometimes you get an idea and you have to run with it sometimes. So now here we are. You will see it in a minute. Just give me a minute. There is a man that we need to ask a question. A man in a shop. That man in the shop. That you will see him in a minute. Don't worry. You will see him in a minute. Okay, now you will see him come up now. Yes, it's a man who will ask about this. Yes, this one, Layamo. Where is he? Has anyone heard from Layamo? His silence is very suspect. Very, very suspect. His silence at this point is very, very suspect, because you all recall he was saying, "Oh, there was no killing. Maybe there was no massacre." Quite what the government is trying to do in this, in this, we need to be, they may admit to things to hush it up, but we shouldn't. We mustn't allow it to be hushed up. We mustn't. So Layamo has got some questions to answer as well. So, and yes, it's quite interesting how DJ Switch, the look in DJ Switch's face, serious look, is asking that Layamo in the middle, asking him, you see, come and explain yourself now. Salute, DJ Switch. Now, let me move this one out of the way. Let's carry on with the report. Sorry, let me just say, I want to just make that, I'll come back to it. Now, so they used the CNN timestamp. You see, they couldn't refute that. They could, you see, if it was a local press, they knew they couldn't. This was something that they knew they couldn't. They knew the game is up. And what they're hoping to do is to say, okay, we admit, and then hush it up and cover it up. We mustn't let it happen. No. Those who are involved in this, they must be made to account, jail time or more. Jail time, minimum jail time. They have to have a jail time, and compensation, real compensation. Every single one of those people killed, they must be compensated. But let's carry on. And we need ICC involved in this. We need a system where this is actually going to hold, because we do not trust the government with this. They will hush everything up. That's what they're good at. Now, so CNN's investigation found the Nigerian army. So the panel reports underscores repeatedly references previous reporting by CNN, which used timestamps, video data, and geolocation last year to analyze hours of video film by protesters. CNN's investigation found the Nigerian army had fired live rounds into crowds at Lekki toll gate. Live rounds. Someone who said they didn't use firearms, live rounds. They used bullets or whatever, There you go. Someone who has some explaining to do. It is as simple as that. You're hearing it. So, fired live rounds into crowds at Lekki toll gate, killing and wounding several people. Multiple witnesses also told CNN last year that the ambulances were prevented from entering the site to help wounded protesters. I mean, and you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria. So this is what one Nigeria is doing to the people they're meant to protect. The army is meant to protect the citizens. And they turned and killed them and prevent ambulances to go and see them. Now, despite an abundance of video evidence, the Nigerian army has long denied that protesters were shot. Last month, on the 1-year anniversary of the shooting, Nigerian Minister of Information, exactly, this one, where are you? Layamu, oh yeah, come and talk. Layamu, your silence is very, very suspect. Your silence, Layamu, is a very, very suspect. Your silence on this matter is very suspect. Now, let us see what it says here. So, it says here, I'll read again. Despite the abundance of video evidence, the Nigerian government has long denied that the protesters were shot. Last month, on the 1-year anniversary of the shooting, Nigeria's Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, described the incident as a phantom massacre. Did you hear that? A phantom massacre. And continue to dismiss CNN's investigation as fake news. I think it is time for Layamu to consider his position. Layamu should be sacked. If this Fulani government had any integrity, he would be sacked already. Because he said it's a phantom massacre, and go at the top. It was nothing of the sort. It was the words they use. Let's use the exact words they use. The killings could, in context, be described as a massacre. So who is carrying fake news? Layamu, who is carrying fake news? Who is carrying fake news? We need to ask Layamu that question. Who is carrying fake news? You, us, or you? Because you call this a phantom massacre. Now, okay. Now, let me just go on. Yeah. The government and military did not respond immediately to requests for comments on the judicial panel's report, which cites CNN dozen times. However, the Lagos governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has said that the Lagos state would implement the panel's recommendations according to the local media. This will help in our proper restitution and compensation for everyone who have been wronged. I want to assure you, white paper will be issued. I am going to constitute a committee to review the document between 2 weeks and bring out the white paper, Sanwo-Olu, according to the International Center for Investigative Reporting. Around 70 victims of the brutality have been awarded a total of 410 million naira, around 1 million, as compensation. The chairperson of the panel, Justice Doris Okuwobi, was quoted in a statement released by Lagos State government yesterday. Ahead of the bloody events in Lekki toll gate last year, demonstrations have been taking part in daily protests across Nigeria for nearly 2 weeks over widespread claims of kidnapping, harassment, extortion by the police unit known as Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The shooting on October 20 would ultimately cause Nigeria's fledgling youth protest movement known as NSAS. The investigating panel was initially set up on October 2020 by the Lagos State government to look into cases of alleged police brutality, and now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and later tasked with investigating the toll gate incident. I'm going to leave everything. Layamu, he called this a he called this a phantom massacre. So who's carrying the fake news? We want to know. So that's the number. Liar Mo, who's carrying the fake news? You called this massacre a phantom massacre, and now it's now been classified as a massacre. So who's carrying fake news? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just putting this to you. I've given you as much information. Like I said, again, kudos to DJ Switch. But for her shining her light, using her voice, maybe we wouldn't get this out there. Her filming in the midst of being shot, people being shot, and someone is lying over her to try and save her. The person was shot in the back. These are all the things that they could not hide. The government knows they have nowhere to hide. So they're trying to say, look, we're open, we're transparent, we're letting it happen. In the end, those people, the compensation, they won't be paid. The only way we can make sure is these people must be jailed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to talk too much about this. I just want you to take on board. This is what you're seeing. Let me just bring this up here. So now let's put Liar Mo in the middle. He needs to explain. Liar Mo must explain to us what he means by phantom massacre. Yes, the information minister, Mohammed, Mohammed, aka Liar Mo, he must come and explain to us what he means by phantom massacre. And if that is not a fake news, to say it's a phantom massacre. What do you think? You're watching this video. You watching me now. You're watching. What do you think? What do you think should happen to Liar Mo? What do you think should happen to Sanwo-Olu? What do you think should happen to the entire government? What do you think should happen to the heads of the army and the army involved in the killing? What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. I have my own views, but you need to put your views out there. The reason why we're doing this video is to do a proper analysis. Liar Mo had the temerity to say it was a phantom massacre. You heard me read it. And I love the look. You see, that's why I'm putting the look of DJ Switch. You can see I am putting, it is clear. You can see that Liar Mo is, let me try and, Liar Mo has no leg to stand on. I like the look, the stern look on the face of DJ Switch. And Liar Mo needs to explain to us what he means by that this is a phantom massacre. Because the report says it is a massacre. It can be best be termed as a massacre. Let me read the word. So that you don't say Citizen AY is telling thieves again. No. The report says, it's a bombshell report which took more than a year to produce, accuses Nigerian army officers of having shot and injured and killed unarmed and defenseless protesters without provocation or justification while they were waving the Nigerian flag and singing the national anthem, and the manner of the assault and killing could in context be described as a massacre. So what does Liar Mo mean when he says that it is a phantom massacre? Let us bring him in, and of course we want to bring in the stern look of DJ Switch. What does it mean? What does it mean? Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What do you think? Please, before you go, as ever, we always ask you to please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and do so right now. Please subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. I know what's happened, but I'm going to just check something quickly. Yeah, it is. 1 second, please. I'm just going to fix that, correct that. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. It will be back in a second. I'm just trying to fix a few things. Off. Okay. Now, let's try it again. Thank you. So, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and do so now. Please subscribe. hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up. What do you think about this? And what do you think about Liamo? Liamo said that it was a phantom massacre. What do you think? What do you think? May the souls of those who were killed, may their souls rest in peace. And we mustn't relent until every single officer and those who are controlling them, and we need to know the person who gave the order for those youths, defenseless youths, waving flags to be shot. We need to find them. This is an indictment of the entire governance of contractual Nigeria. This is yet more evidence of why we are going for self-determination as Yorubas, Igbos, and Middle Belt. And nothing will stop us. I encourage you, join us in this struggle as Southerners. The oppression of the people, turning the guns on the citizens, is a sign that we are not a nation. We're a slave camp. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only deal in one currency, truth. We are the Sorosuke generation with evidence, such as we're providing right now. Please, when you get this video, share, and share. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.